You ever felt bamboozled before? Yeah, Disney got me real good this time. I'll explain that in just a little bit, but first, welcome to my channel at Harry's. This video is part of a series called Test Pilots, where I review the pilot episode of a brand new show. This video is all about Andor, the latest Star Wars series to come out on Disney+. Let me start by giving you some info to set up the show, and then we'll circle back around to my thoughts, which I know you're just dying to hear. First off, this show takes place about 5 years before the events of Rogue One, and about 5 years after the Obi-Wan Kenobi miniseries. The show is named after the lead character, Cassian Andor, who played a big role in the story of Rogue One. Diego Luna has returned for the role, so we have some nice continuity there, and since this show is a prequel, we are expecting to see other familiar faces from Rogue One, like Forrest Whitaker, Genevieve O'Reilly, and Alan Tudyk in future episodes. Now, if I had to describe the first episode in one word, it would be boring. The first episode is 35 minutes long, and the only part that grabbed my attention at all is the first sequence. After that, the pilot is really 30 minutes of nothing. There's no substance in this first episode that would make anyone want to continue watching. There's no hook for new viewers or even fans for that matter. There were some what I would call story building blocks where we see Cassian's relationship to a lot of different people. We get a little taste of what he might be up to, but there's no real climax to the story. When the final shot clears the screen and the credits begin to roll, I literally went, huh? That's it? So the next question would be, is there anything unique about this show? As a longtime fan of Star Wars movies and TV shows, this show does start with a darker tone. In that opening scene I was talking about, Cassian is in sort of a nightclub. Then when he leaves, the suspense really starts to build as he's being held at gunpoint. Then the stick-up turns for the worst as Cassian ends up killing 2 people. And that's a very different tone than usual for Star Wars. Also, from a cinematography standpoint, the images are awesome. The show was shot on the Arri Alexa Mini and the Sony Venice, which all you really need to know is that those are expensive cameras that are used on a lot of big budget movies. Besides the choice of camera, there's lots of practical effects and real set pieces that are used instead of using a digital stage like The Mandalorian and other shows. The colors here are beautiful and clear. All of these ingredients combined add up to a real cinematic look, and it looks great. One aspect that isn't so great for me is the direction, and this is why I feel bamboozled by Disney. They dropped the first 3 episodes of the show on Disney Plus all at once. After experiencing that empty feeling watching just the first episode, it comes to my attention that this is actually a 3-episode pilot, which is not smart at all. That means in order to become engaged in the story, you have to watch another episode and another episode. So you see where this is going? This 100% feels like a scheme by Disney. So here's my overall view on this first episode. If you're new to Star Wars, if you're new to the universe and to the characters, you could easily turn off your TV and forget about this show, right? Because nothing in this first episode really demands your attention or could pique your interest. Now, somebody may ask, bro, why don't you just watch all 3 episodes, bro? Bro. And to that, I would say, based off the first episode, I can tell that this show is clearly made for the hardcore Star Wars nerds who are gonna watch and they're gonna consume anything that Disney puts out. No questions asked. A hardcore fan is gonna watch 2 more episodes, 3 more episodes to make up for the lack of substance in this pilot episode. But here's where I want you to lean in, okay? This should not be a thing. You don't take the less is more approach in the first episode. Maybe later when you need to slow down the pace of the show, but right off the bat, we need to be convinced of why we should continue to watch. So I really think Disney is taking their fans for granted here with this approach. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the pilot episode, yes, singular pilot episode, in the comments below. If you want to see me and a friend review the pilot episode for Amazon's Rings of Power, just click that video right there on your screen, and I'll see y'all later.